What's up, people? How you guys doing tonight? It's Wednesday, back with another one. Little one, it's a little bit much more calmer. You know, it's a it's a good show. Gonna be much more calmer in this one. I hope you guys enjoyed the last episode that we did last Wednesday. Definitely heard some feedback for that episode, so I also hoped that it opened a lot of people's eyes and minds. So if you haven't heard that episode, go back to episode 20. I said what I said. Go check that one out. Let me know how you feel about it. Hello, Sally. How you doing? So yeah, I definitely I also released a little snippet of that episode today, and uh, some people they didn't like the snippet, so I guess they was in their feelings about it or whatever. But you know, I'm not here to please anyone or appease the people's feelings. Just here to point out some kind of hardcore facts, truths to what's going on. So boom. Tonight we got an episode. We on season 3, episode 21. We're getting up there. So don't go anywhere. Stay right here. If you're watching this on Facebook, please start a watch party or share this. If you're watching this on YouTube, hit that thumbs up. Share it. Tell somebody about it. Twitter, do the same thing. Retweet it. Tell someone about it. Let's get ready to jump into the show. Welcome back to the See Through It Podcast. I'm your host, Brian Sales. I love my intro, guys. I've gotten so many comments on that intro that when y'all can't see me when it's going, but I'm getting hyped. My nerves are calming down. I'm good. I did that. I love that beat. It gets me ready for the show. Even the pre-show tunes gets me calm. It gets me in a good mood for the upcoming topic that we're about to jump into. How are you guys doing? Tonight, as you see it on the screen, episode 21, struggling this week. This week has been yeah. Jay says I usually jump up in the air with one hand. Jump up and down in the air with one hand in the air. Jump up and down. This week has been a struggle, guys. Today, I knew I had a show. And I think as time got closer and closer to the show, I was like, man, I don't feel like doing it. And I was in some weird mood. All Monday, I was all right. I had a good workout Monday. I had a good workout Tuesday. I had another fantastic workout. But after that, the rest of the day, it was like I was coming down, just slowly crashing. And then last night, I think I had a mild like panic or some kind of anxiety or something. I don't know what it was, but I'm gonna describe it. So I'm sitting on the couch. My wife is in bed. My son is in this room. I'm just sitting on the couch, and like my life flashed before my eyes. Not flashed before my eyes, but like you know how your mind takes you on like a vivid video, and then it did a what if you were gone, and so it showed me gone or whatever, and I was terrified because I didn't know. I felt like I didn't prepare my family, or I didn't feel like they were going to survive without me. And I think that's maybe because of all the pressure that's going on in the world today. We have so much going on. It's just like nonstop. And let me remind you guys, I don't even have a TV. I mean, I have a TV, but I don't watch the TV. So I don't get caught up in all the nonsense. But I do see the the nonsense that I see on my Facebook page. I see the nonsense on Twitter. Sometimes I see some nonsense on IG, but for the most part, I don't even have the TV. Like, we don't watch TV. So I thought I was going to be safe from that. But still, like Facebook and like I don't spend a lot of time on it, but I scroll a little bit and I share my stuff so I can, keep sharing my stuff so I can build some traction with the people and all that. And I guess that seeing all of that and being in some conversations got to me, you know? And so I'm sitting on the couch and then boom, I had to like shake myself out of there. I got real worried. It felt like I was falling down a deep hole, and like my family was just by themselves, and like it was being just overwhelmed with the whole world. It was so weird. I don't even know if I'm describing this right, if it's making sense to you guys, but just so much is going on that I felt like I wasn't preparing my family enough. I felt like I didn't do enough while I was here to make sure they were able to survive and sustain living and all that. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, I got to do more, or I got to make sure they're good. And if you're the head of the household, or if like I said, I take pride in being the man, and not like a prideful thing, but like I take pride that I'm the man of the house, and I need to make sure my kid is good, my wife is good, they're protected, everything else is taken care of. I need to make sure that stuff is taken care of. And if I'm gone, then who's going to do that? If I'm gone, who's going to protect them? Like we've seen so many times, and I know I've seen on Twitter so many videos of women being attacked by these people. I was trying to debate in my head, do I want to call them humans? So these people, they're attacking women, and I'm like, I don't understand how this is possible. So it makes all of that played into that night, and I was just, I had a panic attack, anxiety, or whatever it was. I had something, and it freaked me out. So that was Tuesday night. So I'm struggling with, am I doing enough? Am I doing enough to prepare my kids for the world that they're going to be in charge of when they're grown? Am I doing enough to prepare them for the ugliness, the realness of what this world is going to become? Am I doing enough to protect my wife? Am I doing enough? All these questions. And I know I can't be there wherever she's, like when she goes to work. I can't be there to protect her. And I told her before, it worries me sick when I know she has to go to work. Because just be honest, I don't trust her driving. I don't want her to go nowhere without me. I don't trust her driving. She's not as aware as I am. And my awareness thing is like off the charts. My what's it called? My doctor said that I'm too alert and too aware that it could be almost, dangerous. But I don't feel like it's to a point where it's dangerous. I just feel like in the times that we live in, you have to be aware. You have to have your head on the swivel because there's so much going on. But I have to calm down. I know I have to calm down before I end up giving myself a heart attack or, not stressing myself out and making myself sick. But that was just one of the things I was struggling with. Am I doing enough with everything else that's compounding on that? No job. I'm trying to build this podcast. I'm trying to build that brand and make it something that I can pass down to my kids and all that. But like the fact that there's no job, and that's just something else to add on to that boulder. It's a lot. And I just have to figure out how to manage all of that, and day by day by day by day. And another thing I think I've struggled with this week is getting too far down the line, getting too far where I'm looking past the corner, down the next blocks, up the street, and around the corner. Now you're sitting there, and you're listening to that. How's he looking around the corner, up the block, around that block, down the street to the next? It's impossible, right? It's impossible. And I tell myself I can't see that far. I need to worry about putting the next step forward, making those baby steps. And I tell myself that all the time. But the mind is so powerful. You have to be mindful of that, how strong and how powerful your mind is. Your mind can play you. It can imprison you. The mind is powerful. And I know for myself that I have to be mindful of that and talk myself off that crazy ledge, because that's another way to get to be in, having that anxiety or having that panic, because you're so worried about something that's so far down the line. I haven't even, completely laid out the foundation yet. I still need to fill in this corner over here, but I'm already thinking about putting the post. I can't get to the post until I lay the foundation down. I have to calm down, slow down, and be mindful of that. Like I said, this week has been a struggle. Today we got rain. We finally got rain. I think it's been like 2 weeks since we haven't had any rain here. It's been about 2 weeks since we've seen rain, and I don't know if that played an effect. Like I was just like down. No light, no sunlight. I think that messed with me a little bit. It's weird. It's just been an early week. We only Wednesday, and it's just like I said, we all human, and it's another me letting you guys in on me being human. This is, we all have those times where we struggle, and our minds play us and draw vivid pictures, vivid pictures of things that might not even be. And you have to be mindful of that and snap out of it. I have to snap out of it. Tomorrow, I go back to the gym. Today was a rest day. I did some sparring stuff. Tomorrow, I'll go back to the gym, and hopefully, I can work off that crazy energy and get right. But number one, panicking, anxiety, looking too far down the line. That's where I was at. That's where I was at earlier this week. Number two, motivation. Motivation. It's like a wave, just up and down, just questioning why or when, how. Just feeling like my routine of things were the same, and I wasn't doing enough, or I'm not growing enough. And that's with everything, like even with my gym, my training, just feeling like I wasn't getting stronger, or I get that where I get to the point where I feel like, okay, I'm kind of, so I feel like I'm growing, but then I see someone else, and that's the crazy thing. I have to, and I'm not saying you guys have to, but it's a good thing not to compare yourself to anyone else. Don't do it, because you're always going to lose that battle. Comparing yourself to someone else, you will always find a way to lose that comparison. It blows my mind. I don't know how, but for me, that's the experience I've had with that. And so the trainer I would ask him, and then he'd be like, he'll give me something else. And so the past 2 days when I was at the gym, he gave me something else to do or whatever. And that, that got me hyped up to go ahead and knock that out. But going through the days just feels like it's an up and down, continuing, the routine, and not feeling like I'm progressing. And progressions are small, and we never pay attention to that. And I guess I just have to, pay attention to the small progressions, and I was just lacking motivation to do more. I spent a lot of time creating some designs, and it wasn't coming out to where I wanted it to come out to be, and all of that. So I had to step away from the computer and this week has been a struggle. The struggle is real. Let me see what the comments are saying. What are you guys in here talking about? I hear the popping. I hear the popping. Hey, Papa White, how are you doing today, sir? Papa White says, never wrong to be mindful of what's around you. Absolutely, sir. Absolutely. Tiffany Banks, how you doing, man? Absolutely. Dr. Mack is in the building. How you doing, Dr. Mack? She says, don't do the comparison. Don't do the comparison. Don't do the comparison, y'all. Tiffany says everyone has different advantages. I can't even say it. Advantages and struggles, disadvantages and triumphs. Absolutely right. And it's crazy thing, I know this stuff. I know this. But somehow I'll allow my brain to, put me in a headlock and make me tap to make me feel a certain way. Like I said, the mind is very powerful. Very powerful. Rather be mindful of that. And I decided to do the show tonight because I wanted to share, that yes, I've been struggling this week. This week has been a struggle. And then today came and there was no sunlight. Today came, no sunlight, and that, I think that messed with me somehow. I had low energy. I wasn't in a good mood. It was just real. Even now, I'm happy I came on, but I want to hide. I want to hide until I feel better. But yeah, motivation was number 2. Number 3, patience. The stuff that I keep seeing, the stuff that I keep hearing, how easily people are allowing nonsense to divide them, and then with COVID and all the other stuff that's going on. First thing I'll mention on this COVID, I'm not going to jump into it and really spend any time on it, but I just want to say COVID, my honest opinion about it. I personally, now listen, I know people like to listen, but don't like to listen. Listen to what I'm saying. I honestly don't believe in the COVID hype. I don't believe in the COVID hype. Do I believe there's a virus? Yes. Do I believe the hysteria that was created? No. I believe there was other diseases out there back in another time frame. I'm not even going to dive that deep into it. That was much more deadlier. That took a lot more lives. And the reaction was nowhere near what we see the reaction is today. But I respect everyone's, will to do what they want to do. If they want to wear a mask, if they want to wear a mask in their car, if they want to wear a mask in their apartment house, if they want to wear a mask while they're sleeping, I am not going to be the one to say why. I'm not. Again, we forget that this is a free country. We also forget that we are free people. We can choose to do what we want to do. My whole point is we should not be bashing each other over if someone is wearing a mask or if someone is not wearing a mask. Like me, I don't go to restaurants because I don't want to be sitting in there with a mask on until my food comes in. I don't go to other places. I think the only place where the gym doesn't make me wear a mask is I got to breathe unless I'm wearing one of them ventilators where it helps your lungs or whatever. But I go to the gym, I don't wear a mask. But other than that, if I'm at a grocery store, I wear the mask. I don't want to. I don't throw a fit. I don't act out. I don't do nothing. I just respectfully put the mask on because I got to go to the grocery store, get my stuff, come out, take my mask off, get in the car, go home. I don't know what happened to the, the decency of respect and allowing things to be, just allow them to be what they are. If someone wants to do that, allow them to do that. As long as they are not forcefully putting a mask on another human being and that person is screaming for their lives, there is no reason for there to be a roar, a people battling over a mask. That stuff is wearing my patience thin, and I have to like draw back and just like we're acting worse than animals. Like, we don't even respect each other's spaces anymore. What are we doing? There's a lot of things I'm sure that you don't agree with me. There's a lot of things I'm probably don't agree with you on whatever. But we don't have to agree. We don't have to see eye to eye on everything. I'm not murdering no one. You're not murdering no one. Have a nice day. I have a nice day. I know my brother thought he had it, but my sister had it, and all her kids and her fiance, they all had it. It's out there. Whatever it is out there. Respect each other's bubbles. And that's what it boils down to. Just decency, respecting each other's bubbles and spaces, and if a store has a policy, follow the policy. If you don't like their policy, take your money somewhere else and spend it with somebody else. You don't have to spend it there. You don't have to spend it there. You don't have to do that. I think we get caught up in stuff because of reaction, and that has to stop. And actually, I drew that out. Patience. Once you start losing patience, you just start reacting. Once you start reacting, you either become numb or you end up doing something. And once you become numb, you just start doing evil things, and it's hard to reach you. We're not needing each other anymore. We're just evil. We're just doing evil things to each other. We got to start showing some kind of patience. And right now, like I said, I'm struggling with it. I'm letting you guys know I'm struggling with it because all the nonsense that I'm seeing, all the nonsense that I'm seeing on Facebook, like just decent conversations always turn to something that it should never turn into, where you think we should all be agreeing on, but we can't even agree on that. The country's just not divided on black and white. The country's divided black against black, white against white. And I told y'all before, if you were here with me in my earlier season 2, I told you guys, what did I say? Next year will be a thing of good versus evil. It will have nothing to do with color. Good versus evil. And that's what we're seeing. Good versus evil. It's just, they're putting, labels on it to make everyone side with things, but it shouldn't be that way. But that's a whole nother episode for a whole nother day. I'm talking about my struggles, not what everyone else is struggling to see and realize. My struggles has been real this week, and I'm hoping that when I go to sleep tonight, I'll wake up Thursday. I feel better. I feel rejuvenated, and I can, keep fighting the fight. Keep going ahead. I should definitely feel better tomorrow. Hopefully the sun is out. Hopefully my mindset is good. But that's where I'm at today. That's where I'm at this week. So let's check in on the comments again. I keep hearing the boppity bop in my ear. Let's see, Papa. Maybe not everyone. And Papa says maybe not for everyone, but For me, I can't even read tonight. I am jacked up this week. What? Maybe not for everyone, but for me, trusting in a higher power helps. You're absolutely right, sir. Yeah. If I was to call my mom, she should be straight up. If I was to call my mom, she would be like, "What you stressing for? You got any power to stop or make something happen?" No, ma'am. Well, then stop. Basically, that's how that conversation is gonna go, and she'll throw a scripture at me, and boom. Literally nothing I can say to that, but yes, ma'am, and read that scripture and pray and let that be it. That's all I can do. But you're absolutely right there. Hello, Mr. Daryl Road Tide. Jay is still. Jay has said he has just unsubscribed to the channel or to the podcast. And I don't know what that's about, but I'm losing listeners. I'm losing listeners. Tara, how you doing? I'm gonna have to check that verse out, Mr. Papa White, Matthew 6:27. But yeah, folks, that is where I am at this week. Hold on. Let me see. I'm reading Daryl's text right here. Little John, like John Wayne said, I don't show any disrespect to anyone who won't have a hand laid upon me. I don't do that to other people, and I require the same of them. Simple respect. Simple respect. Wes, it's not that 27. Matthew 6:27, Wes. But yes, that's where I'm at. If you guys want to tell me what you're struggling with, you can email me. You can message me on Facebook, email me at SeeThroughItPodcast@gmail.com or whatever. And, let me know your struggles. What have you been struggling this week? What have you been struggling with? Or you can just put it in the comments if you want to. If you're not shy about it, put it in the comments. And, yeah, we'll let that rock. But, that's all I got. And I guess if I was to give someone advice on it, just be mindful of when you getting low, when coming off that roller coaster. Be mindful of that. And if you're religious, you know who you need to go to. If you're not religious, you need to find out who you need to go to. You need to seek out some positive reinforcement on some things. But yeah, that's where I'm at this week, and I'm hoping, praying that things will get better for the rest of the week, and come back next week with another topic that we're gonna set the world on fire with. That's the plan for next Wednesday. Come back and set the world on fire with some mind-opening, eye-opening conversation that's going to be hard for a person to deny that it is real. So with that being said, let's go ahead and jump into our new segment. Boom. Real life defining moments. As you see there, it is sponsored by Shaping Success. Success is different for every person. Tune in and find out how to shape your success. That is by Wes Tankersley. He is in the chat rooms. He is watching this via Facebook. So if you see his name and you're on Facebook, click on his profile and get in touch with him to find out more about Shaping Success. If you check out podcasts on Apple, he is on Apple, and you can subscribe to the channel. There's good content there. So if you're wondering what success is and what that may look like, because everyone has a different idea of what success is. He's a good dude, good content. Check his podcast out on Apple, Spotify, Buzzsprout. He has some good content on IG, TikTok. He's all over the place. So check him out there. Check him out there. So real life defining moments. What we got? 2 weeks ago, right? 2 weeks ago. Dryer went out. Probably a week before that, so 3 weeks ago. Dryer went out. The start of it. The dryer went out, and we was trying to figure out what's going on. So I call up the maintenance man. He comes in, looks at it. He said, "Oh, it's just a button. We'll get that replaced." And then he goes. He leaves. He doesn't come back. My wife ends up calling. We're trying to figure out where's this dude at? Come to find out, the dryer's under warranty. They're gonna replace the dryer. Okay, fine. You could have, brushed up on your communication skills and let us know that, but whatever. So a week goes by. And we're like, man, anyone gonna let us know what's going on with this dryer situation? No one. So the day that the dryer is supposed to be here, no one calls. My wife calls them. Yeah, no one called us about the dryer. We're just trying to figure out what's going on. The front desk person at the office had an attitude. And I heard the attitude, and she was talking to my wife, so that made me angry. So then my wife called the head maintenance person, and she was on the phone with her, and the maintenance person asked her a question. I'm in the background, and I'm angry because, first of all, the attitude wasn't needed. And for them to act like, it was a bunch of nonsense. I lost it. I went in on the maintenance lady. I got on the phone. I was like, I don't care what you're doing or whatever, blah, 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 blah. I lost it. So then the conversation calmed down. She gets off the phone, and I think after that day happened, I felt bad. That following morning, I called them back and was like, I want to apologize for how I acted and all of that, because it was wrong. It was so wrong. And the reason why I acted like that was being selfish. I acted like I was the only person in this world that needed a dryer. And I already knew that they had 5 other apartments to fix that had dryer issues. I didn't care about those other apartments and their dryer issues. I wanted my dryer fixed. I didn't care. I was already mad that it took them a week. I was mad that they didn't respond. And then, like I said, I called her the following day, and I realized they don't have control over where they're getting their parts from. This COVID thing has shut down a lot of businesses, a lot of places that they might be sourcing their parts from. And that's exactly what happened. The warehouse was shut down. They had to find another place to get their dryers from. And I felt bad because it was me being selfish, feeling like I was the only one that mattered. The world should stop because I needed this taken care of. And that was that. And it was horrible. I felt so bad. I called her. I apologized. And she apologized. I wasn't expecting her to apologize because I went in on her. But she apologized too. We had a conversation for about 20 minutes. And then she said, yeah, we'll try to get you a dryer in the following Monday. And it was Thursday. Or actually, it was Wednesday. And she was like, yeah, we'll try to get you in on Monday. And I was like, dang, okay, well, thank you anyway. Again, I'm sorry. I get off the phone with her. 2 hours later. 2 hours later. Guess who's knocking at the door? I don't know if I can do that on the table without messing up the sound. That was me knocking. It was the maintenance people. Guess what they had? They didn't have cupcakes. No. They had a dryer. A brand new dryer. They rolled it in, took out the old one, and boom. I had my dryer way before what she said I was going to have my dryer. And that, again, real life defining moments. We have to pause and take a bigger look at the picture. Like, man, I know I'm feeling this way, but that's not the correct way to feel. I was not the only person living in these apartments that had dryer issues. I also had to remember, or I had to think, There's other things going on in the world that might be messing up their inventory, that might be messing up, getting parts that they might need. I didn't think about that. I didn't care about none of that. And that's the stuff we need to, be conscious of. There's other things going on that we don't have control of and that they don't have control of. Now, I mean, it's totally different when some things are blatant and just totally out of control. But that situation, that was on me. The way I reacted, I didn't have to react that way. I could have simply just said, you know what, ma'am, it's been a couple of days or a week. I didn't hear anyone call me back. You said you was going to call me back. That didn't happen. Your maintenance man came in here and said it was just a button. I could have, calmly talked it out, but I lost it. So I apologized, and boom, I got the dryer the same day, and everything's good. I have her email address, so if I have any issues, I can email her up, and because off that conversation, she might move me up on the list, because I apologized and I recognized that it was my fault. I took ownership. I owned it. I owned it. That took courage. Warriors Collection. I owned it. I took responsibility for it. So, guys, slow down out there. Pause. A split second. Think about it. You don't have to react that way. Real life defining moments. Brought to you by Shaping Success, Wes Tankersley podcast. Check him out on Apple, Spotify, Buzzsprout, any other of your, wherever you get your podcasts. Check him out on IG. I should have got his IG handle, but I'm pretty sure if you type in Wes Tankersley, Shaping Success, it should pop up. But I'll get all that information when I'm doing these sponsorships and make sure you guys see all of that on the screen. So this is new, but it's the second time we've done it. So voila. I hope you guys like that real life defining moments. Remember, you can tell me your real life defining moments that you come across. Send it to me in email. You can tweet it to me on Twitter, IG, Facebook. We all have real life defining moments. And when we share these, we can help someone else that might get in that situation handle it differently. We all supposed to be learning from each other. So let's do that. Let's go ahead and jump. Before we get into that, let me see what else we got. Thank you, JJ says, great story. Wes Tankersley says, check out my interviews. Oh yeah, we did an interview. Oh, I am so jacked up. Wes Tankersley said we did an interview. We definitely did an interview on his show about shaping success, and it was very thought-provoking. Had me really thinking on that show. Elder W.E. Daniels, how you doing, sir? Let's get into this contact information. If you're watching this on YouTube, please subscribe to the YouTube channel. Hit that thumbs up. If you hit that thumbs down, tell me why. Don't be rude. Tell me why. You can hit the thumbs down. Just tell me why. You know what I'm saying? Let me know why. If you want to donate to the show, paypal.me/SeeThroughIt. You can donate to the show if you would like to. Follow me on Twitter at SeeThroughIt1. SeeThroughIt1. Facebook.com/STIP. Those letters are capitalized. Lowercase ODCAST. Hit that thumbs up on that page. Like, follow. Join the conversation there. See what else I am posting. If you're on IG, follow me on Instagram at Brian Sales. Also, follow my new Warriors Collection brand at Warriors_Collection_. Like I said, email me at SeeThroughItPodcast and tell me your real life defining moments. SeeThroughItPodcast@gmail.com. Also, if you'd like to but if you'd like to sponsor the real life defining moments, send me an email and let's work out the details. You can catch me on audio, Anchor.fm, Breaker, Spotify, Pocket Cast, Radio Public, Stitcher, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, and Overcast. I gotta update this because I recently just found out I am on Overcast. I don't even know what that is, but someone put me on Overcast. So So I'm on Overcast. So if you have Overcast, I am there. Thank you to my supporters, Mr. White. Thank you again for your contributions to the show. I greatly appreciate you, sir. I know you said I didn't have to keep shouting you out, but I'm grateful and very appreciative what you have done for the show. Miss Kasi, thank you again for your contributions to the show. Folks, just to let you guys know, soon I will have my Patreon page up and running. I'm working on the details of everything, getting it right. So stay tuned for that. Stay tuned for that. It's gonna be real fun. So that's another way that you guys can support the See Through It podcast if you would like. So I hope that I see you guys there. Again, folks, I'm glad you guys showed up today because I almost didn't show up, but I am here and we did the show. So I will see you next week, Wednesday. Better mood with a good topic. We're going to keep opening the eyes, keep opening the minds. That's what we're going to do. So hope you enjoyed the show. Please share this with someone, retweet it, Facebook it, whatever. Share it, get it done. Remember, don't be blinded by the media. Hashtag See Through It. This is the See Through It Podcast. I am your host, Brian Sells, and I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.